This series of videos will demonstrate how to understand the warnings related to the soot level buildup in the diesel particulate filter, or DPF, and how to execute a DPF parked regeneration on a GHG17 vehicle with the new ICU dash. If the diesel particulate filter regeneration lamp is solid or progresses to flashing, operating conditions will allow an active or parked regeneration of the DPF. If the vehicle can maintain highway speed, it is likely the vehicle will perform an active regeneration without direct driver intervention. As long as the vehicle maintains 40 to 45 minutes of highway driving, no parked regeneration is needed. If the diesel particulate filter regeneration lamp remains illuminated, a parked regeneration is still required. The driver will also get a dash pop-up warning notice that indicates the DPF is approaching full. The driver can scroll through the dash menu to the soot level sensor driver card and confirm the soot level, then initiate the steps for an active or parked regeneration if conditions permit. If the diesel particulate filter regeneration lamp is flashing and the check engine dash warning lamp is on solid, the DPF has reached system limits and the engine will now be derated, meaning the truck will have reduced power and a parked regeneration is needed as quickly as conditions permit. The driver will also get a yellow dash pop-up warning notice that indicates a parked regeneration is needed as soon as possible. At this point, the driver can scroll through the dash menu using the left steering wheel controls to the soot level sensor driver card and confirm the soot level is nearing maximum levels, and it is critical to perform the steps for a parked regeneration as soon as conditions permit. If the diesel particulate filter regeneration lamp is flashing, the check engine dash warning lamp is on solid, and the stop engine dash warning lamp is on solid, the DPF has exceeded system limits, and the engine will now shut down, requiring a parked regeneration immediately. Note, engine can be restarted, but a parked regeneration must be initiated within 30 seconds, or the engine will shut down. The driver will also get a red critical dash pop-up warning notice that indicates the truck requires a parked regeneration immediately. At this point, the driver can scroll through the dash menu using the left steering wheel controls to the soot level sensor driver card and confirm the soot level is at maximum and must perform the steps for a parked regeneration immediately. Thank you for taking the time to learn about the parked regeneration feature. Optimized idle is an optional feature on vehicles equipped with Detroit engines only. With the vehicle parked, optimized idle reduces engine idle time by running the engine only as required. Optimized idle automatically shuts down and restarts the engine as needed to keep the engine oil temperature between prescribed limits, maintain battery voltage, keep the cab and sleeper areas at the thermostat setting, and in coordination with ParkSmart, if equipped, maintain the battery and assist in HVAC. The benefits of the system include reduced engine idle time, fuel savings, reduction of exhaust emissions and noise, increased starter and engine life, and reduced chance of dead batteries. With optimized idle integration into the instrument cluster, users can now simply control functionality with the steering wheel controls. Within the vehicle operation and setting screens, users can adjust optimized idle system modes. A soft telltale will appear in the main menu of the display to inform the driver that optimized idle is enabled. Notifications will appear on the screen and prompt the user of the system state, and menu navigation is completed intuitively with the OK button or directional arrows.
We're here today with the Freightliner New Cascadia. We're going to talk about setting up optimized idle for the driver to use while he's in the sleeper. First thing you have to do to get comfort mode, you have to come to the sleeper and make sure that the fan switch is in and on position. All the way to the left is off. It has to be in some position of being on for the idle comfort mode to work. So then we come back up to the front, and you can start optimize idle with the engine running or with the engine off. So we can do this with the engine not running. And turn the key on, wait for the gauges to sweep like normal. So to start with, you use the right menu button with your right thumb, hit the button twice. It brings up the opt idle screen. It tells you that you're going to set up opt idle, and you have to press OK on the left side on the steering wheel. Press OK once. It tells you that the battery mode is by default, and if you want comfort mode, which the driver wants in the sleeper, then you have to use the right arrow to toggle over interior comfort, turn it from off to on, and you hit OK. From there, you get standby mode, you get an underhood alarm, and then you'll get an engine crank. Then the RPM will go up to 900 RPM. And it tells you on the screen that you are in interior comfort mode. So now the engine will run, the air conditioning will run, and we'll try to satisfy the temperature request that the driver has put into the HVAC control in the sleeper. When it reaches that temperature, the engine will shut down. The opt idle screen will show that it is in standby mode, and it will wait for another request to start either by battery or by comfort mode. If the driver would like to disable comfort mode, disable opt idle altogether, according to the screen you push OK, and you can use the drop down to get down to disable all. Press OK, it brings the idle back down to the standard idle of 600 RPM. And that's how opt idle works to set up comfort mode for the driver. You do have to have the transmission in neutral. You do have to have the park brake set. You have to have the hood closed because there's a safety switch under the hood. The opt idle will not start the engine if the hood is open. If you don't meet those safety loops, you will get a screen on the dash that will tell you you're missing a safety loop. So you have to fix that and cycle the key and try it again. If the engine's already running and you're missing a safety loop, you try to set up opt idle with a safety loop not met with the engine running, it tells you have to shift to neutral, which it does by itself if you're not moving. But if you try to set up opt idle and you hit OK, it won't do it for neutral. It keeps going back to neutral by itself. If the hood is open, it brings up a checklist and it tells you which safety loop you haven't met. If the engine's already running, if it's not running, it just tells you you need to meet a safety loop.